morning everyone, it's Rachel here and we are doing Roxy's Journal of Stitchery, and we are going to release the next prompt. So the next one is Snowman if you're doing Christmas, and Woodlands if you're doing winter, and the feature is a pocket. Now some people may have already done a pocket for their tag, but you can do another pocket. So yep, let's repeat. Christmas is Snowman and winter is Woodlands, and our feature is a pocket. So somewhere in the month of September you will put a pocket. Okay, so think about that too when you are designing your pages. So I've got to figure out my background today, and my composition. So let me see here. I have, this is just my page size, and I'm just going to pull out some fabrics. So I might need those fabrics, and let's have a think. So I'm thinking I'm going to do a snowman in a forest. So I'm just trying to think what kind of background. What was my last one? That was a linen-y color background. So let's do some sort of, I've got to remember the snowman is going to be kind of like off-white. So I need to think about that when I'm doing my background. So I'm just going to pull out quite a few fabrics here in my basket. I've got my basket of go-to fabrics for this project. Oh, I do like this one. I might use a piece of this. Grab some scissors. Very disorganized. Surprise, surprise. I'm not going to use any green in my background because I need to put some green trees on there. I'm just going to cut a piece of this off, and so I don't have to iron it, I'll just cut off the crinkly bit, just fold it over and cut it like that. I'm just thinking up, so I'm going to do this one a patched background because the last one I did was I think it was a full piece of fabric if I remember correctly. So I want to patch this one. I may use a little piece of that one. Let's just grab a lot of choices here. I may change my mind with my composition. I just need to get my background going, and then I can decide. I should stamp that. So you know I'm not going overly, oh no, they're not meant to be there. I'm not going overly Christmassy with my things. I found those, but they're no good. I just want to see what's in here, and there's scraps as well because we need to use those. Okay. I could have a little pop of red in there. Might use some of these greens for the trees. I don't know. I kind of wanted it to be, oh, that's nice. Oh, and that one's nice. Let's have a look at this. It's a nice icy sort of blue. Tear that. Have that one over there. I was quite liking that one. Could use something like that. Or what about this? I love this. Oh, got my old mattress ticking. Literally, I could just work from my little scrappy basket, couldn't I? I think I might use a piece of this. I love this sort of stuff. The old hand towels. What are they? The old tea cloths. I'm just going to take the chunky hem off. I'm going to put that one. I might put it that way. As I said, I could change my mind, but this is what's happening for the moment. So how is everyone today? I hope you're well. I might have a little pop this. Give it a rip. And I won't throw that out, that can go somewhere. I'm going to put that one there. Oh, not quite big enough. I can slide that over a bit. I might flip that over and have, because it's a yarn dye, so that means that it's the same on both sides. It's not printed, it's not a printed fabric. So I could put that there. And I'm just going to tear a piece of this off. And have that there. It's just to break it up a little bit. And then I'm thinking I might like, I didn't use that one. I'm thinking I might like a piece of lace. So let's just go into the lace thing. The lace basket, I should say, not the lace thing. I'll put my fabrics back. I mean, I would never use all of these in the month of Sundays, but is that the expression? Anyway, if it's not, I've made up a new one. Okay, so I just wanted to see here what, got that one, that came off something. Use a couple of those somewhere. No, I want something bigger. I love that, but that's too big. Oh, we've got these. They might be too much. I'm just going to cut a little piece of that off. I quite like the, oh, I like these colours. They're not very Christmassy, but anyway. You wait till you see what I thought for my snowman. So I haven't delved very far into the lace department, have I? Oh, I didn't remember I put all of those in there. Okay. Well, I'm thinking I'm liking that as my background, and we'll take it from there. That's how it works. Oh, that doesn't go there. That goes in the other one. Oh, I had also painted fabrics. I forgot about those. There you go. It's not a day with Rachel if you don't get the dogs. Oh, Lily painted that. That's going to need a spot somewhere. I'm wondering if I might like that more. Or there. Let's just have it. Oh, I love that, you see. I think that pops a bit further. I think I'm going to have that piece. I'm having this painted piece here. There, I like that. Yep, that's it. Oh, I'm on screen, good. It's always good to be on screen. And I could do my snowman with that. Instead of having a traditional white snowman, I'm going bananas now. Why don't we go out of the box? That's a Wild Lulu one. Excuse me while I rifle through my painted fabrics. See, that's too similar to that, so we wouldn't have that, but I could also do a snowman with this. That's a thought. I think I used the blue one of that, but I'm liking these ones more. Here's a blue one. That's going to blend in. We don't want to blend in. Okay, I've arrived to the bottom. Oh, keep those out. They're embellishments. They shouldn't be in there. And what do I have in here? No, none of these. These are not Christmas. They're other things. Okay. Right. Well, I've got my background. So I might pause my video and stitch it all down. pause my video, stitch it down, and then we will figure out the composition. Did I put all those green fabrics away? No, there they are. I've got printed fabrics here, but none of those have a snowman on them. They have some little children playing with a ball here. Wouldn't that look lovely on that page? But that's not a snowman. So I won't use those this time, but I will use them eventually. Okay, that can go in the other pack. Okay, put that down there. Right, so that is my background, and then we're going to work on the composition, and then the week after we will do the embroidery. That's how it has to work. So I'm going to pin these on, stitch them down, and then I will be back. Okay, so I'm back. I've stitched down all my pieces at the back, and I cut out my snowman. It's going to be with vintage embroidered pieces. I've left a border around because I'm going to needle turn my snowman. I'll show you how to do that in a second. And I had to remember that on my page behind with the Christmas tree, I have my tab that's going to attach there. So I need to remember that. I'm going to stitch this lace down here because I had an empty space. I need to put the hat on, and then I'll decide what's going to happen over here. So I'm going to zoom in. I'm going to move my mat there so I know I have to stay in that area. And I just wanted to show you the needle turning process. So what I do, like, you can remove these. I pin them down. I could actually just remove those ones until I've stitched down the top one, the bottom one. So you've got to stitch what's behind. So for me, I like my bits to be on top. I want the face to be on top. So just take a similar color fabric, thread to your fabric, and what I do is I just slowly turn on the line, and then you just do a little stitch on the edge to catch it. Am I on screen? Not everybody likes doing needle turning. My mum likes, she doesn't enjoy doing it this way. I learned it from Yoko Saito when she came to Florence. I did a 2-day course with her, which I thought I'd died and gone to heaven. She changed my life, really, with my stitching, with the needle turn. And then you just get your needle and just wiggle it in. I probably should have a sharper needle. It would make my life a bit easier. But I just sort of, and then I just jiggle about with my needle to get the shape. Obviously, if you're right-handed, you'll go in the opposite direction, but it's the same technique. Mum likes to use, she would cut a circle out with freezer paper and then iron her fabric around the freezer paper to get the crease. And then she would just put it down and then stitch it on the same way, but she doesn't have to tuck under the pieces. But I didn't enjoy that so much. You see, we all like different techniques. You just need to give it a go and see what you like best. But I do manage to get, when I was making growth charts, I was needle turning the tiniest pieces. So I actually didn't mind doing it at all. I haven't done it for a while. Sarah doesn't mind needle turning. Now I use the Frixion pen so I can iron over it if I want to. So I'll just finish one circle and then I'll do the rest off camera. And just maybe talk about a few things. I've got an idea about my pocket, but I think I'll show you that next week. It's going to be a bit quirky. I was chatting to Mum and saying to her, like, what I might like to do, and she's like, oh, you could do it this way, and I'm like, yep, that's it. That's interesting and different and weird. So that's what I'll probably do. I'll see how it works out. But I can't show you that this week because I'm not at that point yet. Now, the reason why I decided to needle turn is because it just makes the sort of figure stand up a little bit. See how it's like a little bit slightly raised because you've got the turned in edges. And so I like that so that it sort of stood out more from the background. I haven't decided what sort of stitching I'm going to do in the background. I probably will, but I have to decide that. But sometimes, you know me, I like to make my decisions as I go. And when I was stitching down my background, I literally, was imagining like a forest of trees behind the snowman, and so I was combining in my mind even both the prompts together, which you could do. There's no reason why I think a snowman has to just be Christmas, because, you know, it just so happens that it snows around Christmas time, doesn't it? That's when, in the Northern Hemisphere, that's when winter is. Where in Australia, no, we're in our thongs and swimsuits and having a barbie. Yeah, snowmen aren't necessarily just, you know, to do with Christmas. So you could do a snowman. My snowman is not Christmassy at all. So really, I felt like snowman could go with either or, whether you're a non-Christian or whether you might choose to do woodland, but you could still do a snowman, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. Especially if you don't put any holly anywhere. It always is a kind of like a reference to Christmas. So yeah, so I've got when I have my pieces pinned there ready, the next one's ready to go. But when you needle turn, your shape may come in a little bit smaller, and so you may need to readjust the pinning, the positioning of the other pieces. So it doesn't take long, and we're not doing like a huge thing. It's actually quite relaxing. It's something you can mindlessly do in front of the TV. So I use both my fingers to sort of get the bulk, and then I use my needle to adjust it. Any lumpy bits, I sort of push them in, or I pull them out if I went too flat. Now the next piece, when I start needle turning that, I think I will, and I'll just come over where I started, and I'll show you in a sec. With my next, see, look at that. It's not hard. Okay, so my next piece, just to make sure, see, I'm going to slide it down a bit. I don't want it to overlap too much because I have that lovely flower there. But just to make sure I have it in, like if I were to start up here and I might pull it up and then I might not reach down there, sort of thing. So I want to make sure it sort of attaches down there. So I'll just show you. I will start. Maybe I'll do that one as well. And he's going to have a top hat. So I'll put that on afterwards, and I'll probably needle turn that as well. I don't know, I have to figure that one out. I want to make sure the bottom of the middle part of the body sort of does overlap onto that, but not too much. So I'm going to start here. And I haven't decided if I'll stitch around the body, but I may do cantha stitching in the background. I'll sort of, or will it make it too rippled? I don't know. I have to decide. I could quilt the background a little bit. Oh, just having an itch. Sorry, guys. I had to stop a second. It's very hot and humid here again at the moment. I was all excited because we'd had the usual September sort of, or no, actually at the end of August sort of change in weather, but it's back very humid again. It's sort of 30 degrees but humid, so you feel hot anyway, even though the temperature is not 38 degrees, but it is 30 degrees and very humid, which I don't find pleasant. So just catching your background fabric and then the edge of your little snowman body, snow person. And I only, oh, that's another pointer. I'm glad I stayed on to do this one. You only turn a little bit at a time, not all of it. Just turn a couple of, enough for a couple of stitches. So I've done 2 stitches there. I'm going to stop, adjust, turn a little bit more, especially going around a corner. When you're doing like a straight stretch of needle turning, that's fine. You can turn it all under. But when you're going around a circle, you do a little bit at a time so you can get the shape. I think I might stitch the head on as well. It doesn't seem to be taking too long. And then I have to decide my hat. What's the hat going to be? So I'm here at towards the end. I'm going to do 1 stitch at a time and then adjust my shape. So you just need to wiggle a little bit with your needle. I'm getting caught on the embroidery. It'll be all right. I can put in a stitch in there. That's better. I really woke up this morning and had no idea what I was going to do for my snowman. You always got to have faith something will come to you. Okay, and I am going to do the head as well, so that way we can sort of have a look and have a little chit chat. See how, look at that, see how it's all gone off, shifted, and it's that if I were to turn that, they don't meet. The head's fallen off. So you need to spring it and readjust. Put it down, have a look at it. How's it looking? Is it looking okay? Hope so. And there we go. And then I'm going to start here again just to make sure they meet. I don't want any bits of the body being separated. I wonder if it's going to be crooked. And around we go, and in a minute I can even take my pin out. And to do my circles, I just have like this ruler thing that has all the circles on it. I bought it at Kmart many years ago, and it has all different size. But this one here, the head, it was too small. The one that they had on the, I've done my stitch too far away, but I'm not going to worry about it. It was too small. It would have had a mini head. So I did this circle, and then just instead of leaving, this is what you call the seam allowance for tucking. Instead of, I cut around the outside of the circle and then just drew another circle inside freehand. So then I created my seam allowance that way. got a knot. Okay, round we go. Okay, and there's my little snowman base, and I like it. It's raised slightly. Could have even padded it if I wanted to before closing the last bits of the circle. You could pad it. So I'm going to zoom out a little bit so you can see that. Oh, that's in out, so you can see the whole thing there. I'm going to stitch my lace on here. I'm going to have it just dangle down. That way I didn't cover that as well, and I love that. So I'll pin that in place. That will just be in, you know, little whip stitching with that. This actually, I think it's made with that was done with that sort of thread too, so it's going to be perfect. And I'm going to stitch that on. There is going to be a hat. I don't know what the hat, oh, we're going to have, let's put this back under because we need to see it in the whole context. That's going to be the tab there, yes, just making sure you can see. I'm going to have a hat here. I didn't want to cover that up, but I might do some stitching. And I'm thinking, I found these flying around, and I might put these down here. I don't know. Or over there. Oh, they're pretty over there too. Or one. No, that's kind of weird, isn't it? I don't know. I might use those, but I might decide. I'd like to decide a little bit later. I don't want to cover all of that up because I like that. Maybe I could put them. I need to put the arm. That's going to have little arms, I think. And I have to put the hat on. When I put the hat on, I can then decide what to do. I did have these here. That could go on there. But I think I want to wait to the hat and just decide and do my stitching, and then I can decide that sort of thing. So I hope you like that. That is the start of my snowman page. I think it's going to go quite well with my other pages. Behind is the tree page. I'm not going to stitch this down yet. It's gone all soft and pretty. And I've got my village, which is not quite finished, and that's going to be here. So yeah, no, I'm very happy with it. It's not overly Christmassy. Although I was saying to Mum I would love to do one that's all traditional colours too. Hers is very traditional, but I don't have time to be able to do two. I'd love to do two, but I don't have time. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. I'm looking forward to seeing everybody's pages. Remember, it's snowman or woodland or both, and a pocket somewhere on this page or the next page. That's going to be in September, in 2 weeks time. So not the next Wednesday, but the Wednesday after, because it's a fast-paced project. So thank you so much for watching, and have a wonderful day, and I will see you again soon. Bye.